Hello and welcome to City Skylines 2. My name is Icks, having been an extreme fan of City Skylines 1, but a slave to university for the past 3 long years. I have not yet had the chance to experience the beauty of City Skylines 2. So join me on an adventure to discover this game, which despite being 2.5 years old for you all, is merely a newborn in my eyes. So please, sit back, relax, make yourself a warm beverage, and enjoy my first impressions of building a city in City Skylines 2. And so here we are, the home screen. How about we begin a new game? Straight away we're given an option, easy mode or normal. Well, I think we can all agree, easy mode is not even going to be considered. We're here in the big leagues. We're here to play hard, to play tough. We are here to win, to succeed. I don't really know what we're going to win at the end of it, but I don't want the easy mode. We're here to feel a sense of reward at the end of our day. So we shall begin in normal mode. We start with 1 million, whatever that currency is, which is fine. I'm sure 1 million of anything, regardless of the currency, is fantastic. So that's great. I read stuff like progressive map tile upkeep. I can only but speculate that what that means is when I buy tiles, I'm going to have to pay to keep them up, which I guess makes sense in the description. Government subsidies disabled. Oh, interesting. So we're going to be almost like a city-state. We're going to be off the grid, away from the rest of our father or motherland. Let's select our mode as normal, because we are not babies. And oh my goodness, wow. We are left in absolute limbo with what map to choose now. We have been blessed, gifted with 14 different maps. So let's go through these maps just to have a feel as to what might be the best one to begin with. So we are going to start off with Archipelago Haven. As we can see, we have got ourselves a pretty nice set of islands in the middle here, some bigger than others, which is really fun to play around with. I can already see maybe one becoming an airport, a few others perhaps becoming small luxury islands. Perhaps this peninsula here could be our capital city. And we've got some beautiful mountains down here, which I very much love. And if you guys don't know me already, which now I think about it, you're not going to know me already because this is my first video. Anyways, make sure to edit that out. If there is something you should know about me, I detest flat land. I'm fine with it for building small little areas. When I see YouTubers building entire cities on flat land, I think to myself, maybe you're American and all of your stuff is kind of flat, but I'm from Britain and our streets go up, down, left, right. And so when I see cities that are completely flat, I don't really like them. So seeing this beautiful texture of mountains here, which we can see in this big image here also, makes me very, very happy because it gives you options, whether it's ski slopes in the winter with little villages up in the mountains, cable cars. Maybe this is where we could have our rocket launch site, assuming there is rocket launch capabilities like in City Skylines 1. Let's move on now. Barrier Island, something completely different to Archipelago Haven. We appear to have a very, very big plot of land up here in the north. We've got a lovely river coming down here with some streams, some tributaries beginning perhaps up in the mountains. I see a little bit of texture up here, so that could be it. Opening into the mouth here, where we have this long channel, which divides these 2 islands. I personally am getting Gotham City vibes from this. I'm kind of thinking, you've got Gotham here, connecting to the mainland. I like this. And just popping back to Archipelago Haven, I realized I didn't really relate it to a place that we know of in the real world. And I know this is stupid because the Strait of Gibraltar does not have any islands at all, but I'm kind of seeing Spain here. I'm seeing Spain here, Morocco here. Maybe we could be the ones to build a bridge between Spain and Morocco. Going on to our third map, we have Corral Riches. Now listen, I don't want to be mean, but I am going to be critical. I have no idea what's happening in the middle here, but it looks like it was drawn out by a 3-year-old. There is no smoothing from what I can see around like this lake and these rivers. It seems doesn't look smooth. I don't know. It just, and it is basic. I mean, we've got one little island here. I mean, it's like China. We've got China and Taiwan, a very small Taiwan. That's what I'm seeing in this map. I am not massively impressed. It seems a bit boring. I do not think we're going to be building on this map to start off with. Now, look at what we have here. Great Highlands. This is far more my kind of thing. Look at this. You've got 3 beautiful I was gonna say rivers, but I feel like this could be the kind of formation you get up in Scotland from the old Ice Age, where you have those glaciers that kind of expanded into these cracks and then developed into these, I don't know if I'd call this a river or a lake. Oh, okay, the Great Highlands. I really should have picked up on that before, but that kind of gives away the fact that Scotland was probably an inspiration for this map, but I love it. Heading into Lakeland. Lakeland, however you want to pronounce it. It's land with lake, or a lake, or lakes, actually. It should be called Lakesland then, or Land of Lakes. Lakeland. What a stupid name. Anyways, Lakeland. Now, this place, once again, is very unique. We've got some beautiful lakes. I'm personally far more of a river person than a lake person. I feel like we have a bit of limitation with water transport here, which could also make the map feel bigger. I'm a massive advocate for making City Skylines maps feel bigger than they are. And so the fact that we've got 1 lake here, 2 lakes here, and then 3 lakes here, a big one here, and then 4 lakes, could almost make the map feel bigger. We could have 4 cities based around these lakes with their own water transport, but then between these cities, you need to have a different form of transport, maybe rail. Maybe the road networks get completely overhauled. I think this would be a really interesting one to work with. Perhaps not at the moment, because I think my skills will have to be refined ever so slightly before I jump into a crazy wild map like this. And I would also like to see a bit more terrain, maybe some mountains along here. I feel like it adds to the realism. Next, we have Mountain Village. This one is very reminiscent of my family village in Italy, actually. I'm part Italian, and my mountain village basically consists in this kind of plain sandwiched between mountains. It's a valley, basically. And I really like this. I feel like it provides an adequate amount of isolation to call it a city. Something that I don't really like about Corral Riches, for example, is that the map just ends on 2.5 sides, which means what comes beyond this? Is it another city? Is it the rest of the country? And if so, why does it stop here? Whereas in Mountain Village, there is a reason why it stops. There's a reason it stops in the south, because there are mountains. There's a reason it stops in the west, in the north, because there are mountains. So I personally really, really like this one. Hopefully, this series will allow me to understand everything there is to know about City Skylines, and maybe Mountain Village will be the one to do that. Small enough to learn everything, finish off the city, and once I'm done and I have mastered the game, which I'm sure I will have within this one singular map, perhaps I could progress to a slightly more complex map like Lakeland or the Great Highlands. So let us progress now to River Delta. Lovely river coming down here. I do not exactly understand why the river starts thick and then gets thinner, because it's my understanding that rivers start thin and then they become thicker as more tributaries and smaller streams build to it, but I will let it slide. And it seems to then empty into this whatever you would call it. Is it a delta? Is this what they mean by delta? I don't know. If you know, please tell me in the comments. Please educate me. We're all here to learn. These islands here, I really like also. I could almost imagine there being a capital city amongst these islands, each island specializing in something different. Maybe one is the financial hub, another one commercial, one is the art center, and the other is maybe a university island. Over here we have San Francisco. I will be honest with you, I have very little to say with this one. Very similar to Corral Riches. It seems flat, it seems boring. We do have some bays along here, which does differ to Corral Riches, which I do very much like. I think these bays open up opportunities for maritime traffic. We could have a bit of a harbour, a port, Sunshine Peninsula. This map looks very unique. I can't really tell from this as to whether this is all completely elevated, and if so, it's unique, it's different. I kind of like this. It kind of sets me up for a city that I really, really want to create, in the sense that you have suburbs up on the high ground, and then you have a beautiful capital city down here. Okay, side note now. I don't know if you guys ever have watched these American films from the 80s, from the 90s, kind of romantic, where a couple, people in their late teens, will drive up from your city and they'll drive up a mountain or a hill and they'll sit right here on the bonnet of the car and they'll just watch the twinkling lights of the city as the sun sets. I think that would be a beautiful thing to recreate. And maybe Sunshine Peninsula will be the one for us to do that in. Now, sweeping plains has swept me off my feet. The textures here are absolutely out of this world. This massive screenshot here, you can see rivers everywhere. High peaks. Could almost carve your Mount Rushmore into there, perhaps. I don't know, depends if this is an American map, I suppose. Although there's a massive mountain range here, you've got plenty of land to build on. I think to make this place complete, I would have to add some islands in. I do want to see if we have ourselves an opportunity to either add in mods or change the time of the year to add snow to these mountains. I think that would be really, really cool. Now here we go with Tampere. Tampere. I'm going to go with Tampere. It says it's literally here, home of colossal order, known for its stunning natural beauty and waterways. Very nice. I do have a soft spot for Scandinavia and for just Nordic countries in general, so I would be very happy playing on this map if it wasn't for the fact that it is completely flat. Twin Mountain. This is right down my street. Two beautiful mountains in the north, a lovely river coming down straight down the center. Could be the heart of the city. How cool would it be if our city just hugged this river, just like the River Nile of Egypt? And then either side, we had suburban sprawl going out in each direction. Waterway Pass looks like there is a lot of building land on it. I think it's really, really good to have these maps from the get-go. It gives you inspiration, it gives you motivation to actually start something that will grow into a metropolis or a megalopolis. And so I think it's great that you have this river. It's a really beautiful valley. I think it's a bit too big to be working with today, but I like it. And then what can I say about windy fjords? It looks like it has been completely over-engineered, but in a good way. These mountains look really quite textured. They look unique. We've got some islands here filled with opportunity. Okay, guys, I have chosen Mountain Village. Let's have a little read about this place. Grassland plains in the midst of a mountain range. Water flowing from the hills creates a river valley in the center of this map, with a breathtaking view in every direction. The buildable area between the mountains is fairly flat, but space is at a premium here, so careful planning will be of the essence. Maybe I have got myself into a bit of a sticky situation here because I don't know how careful my planning is going to be, considering this is my first map. But I guess you never know until you try, so let's go for it. It's got a European theme. I am a European. It is going to be very relatable. It has a climate from -12 to 27 degrees, which is very broad, but I think is a nice combination. I presume the -12 is probably going to be at the peaks of these mountains, whilst the 27 degrees is going to be along these rivers that I'm sure we will build some lovely beaches along at some point. I'm just going to stay on something for a sec. Electricity connections. So does that mean I can connect my power grid to the external world and they'll just give it to me? I don't think that was a feature in City Skylines 1. So this is the moment you have all been waiting for, and the moment that I have been waiting for such a long time. I am actually so excited to finally get started with a map. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. So we actually have to choose a city name first, which makes complete sense. See, I could go for something really unoriginal and go for First City, but I want it to be unique. I'm kind of liking this already. I promise you all, I did not choose this. Yellow is my favorite color and pine is my favorite tree. We're going to keep it like this. We're going to have a European theme. Our game mode is normal. I want to disable tutorials because I really do just want to get into it and give you guys my most vanilla, natural reaction to this game. Here we go. Let's start the game.